Who you gonna call?
The Ghostbusters.
Jerk review. I ain't afraid of no movie commentaries.
Very good, very good.
That is basically all I know about Ghostbusters.
Yeah, you haven't seen this film, have you?
Never seen it. This is the original.
1984.
The proper Bill Murray.
Yep.
All the other guys. I really don't know a thing.
I watched it once, but when I was quite young, so I do know what's happening, but I haven't seen it since.
Now, educated guess here. I think they're probably gonna bust some ghosts.
I think you might be right. I think there is a chance you're right. Yeah. I don't really remember the full storyline. They're like a team, they believe in ghosts, they decide to set up this company or business trapping ghosts. And then they have to fight a big ghost baddie at the end.
Well, there we go.
That's the general gist of it.
Sounds like a few YouTube channels we've seen before in the past.
It got quite big, quite popular. It had like a cult following, and then they redid it. What, a year or two ago?
This is a sort of. It's not that serious. It's just light-hearted fun.
Oh yeah. This is not like a serious film. This is, like you said, it's just cinematic fun, really. Fun storyline and things like that. But they redid it recently, and there's another one coming out where they.
I think they're bringing back some of the originals.
So
there's a trailer, but I've not seen it.
Oh, okay, well, I'm not sure. And after this original one, I think they had like Ghostbusters 2 as well, didn't they?
Cool.
They did a couple.
They did do a reboot in 2016, didn't they?
Yeah, which was the all-female cast, I think.
Right, that didn't do too well, did it?
I haven't seen it. The reviews were a bit. The problem with rebooting is you've got to be very careful. It's easy to disappoint everyone with a reboot.
Yeah.
Some reboots don't go well. Especially if you try to stick too close to the original storyline. If you try to be a bit more original, it might work.
Actually, I'm struggling to think of a reboot that has worked.
Italian
I'm sure
Job.
there are some.
Italian Job reboot was successful.
It didn't do too well. The critics didn't like it too much.
No, but I think the fans did. I think the viewers were like, "This." It wasn't too faithful, but it was good enough. It was good. The minis were driving around. It was all good action.
But I think the overall message is stick to the original plan. Just original movies.
Yeah. Trying to reboot stuff that was really, especially if they're really popular. It's like imagine someone trying to reboot Jaws now.
Well, that was the Meg, wasn't it? It's Jaws, but bigger.
Yeah, and that did not go well. For lots of reasons, not just the storyline.
So yeah, as you probably realise by now, this is not the actual movie.
It never is.
I say this every single video, every single one. We're not allowed to put the actual movie on YouTube. We just can't. No one can.
No.
So if you've come here looking for the movie...
The full movie, it's not going to happen.
Like, seriously? Really? But anyway, what we want you to do is line up the original movie. We've got it on Netflix at the moment, so line it up on Netflix, DVD, VHS even, for some of you.
Showing your age there.
Yeah. But... we're going to get it all lined up and we'll count you in. You just press play at the same time as us. It's like you're watching it along with us.
Basically.
Or if you really want, you can just listen to our commentary and just remember the good times.
Yep. That is one way to do it.
But this is a fresh eyes experience on it because I've never seen it.
For you, and for me, it's like a trip down memory lane.
Yeah, but it's a long time ago.
Yeah, I can't really remember all the details or any of the details.
Brilliant. So, remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment. Any other movies you'd like us to do movie commentaries on? We're more than happy to do the majority of them. Some we never get round to. But we do at least read all requests. And
we consider all requests.
Consider.
Yes.
It's very rare that we don't do one.
I think there's only been one.
Yeah.
One recommendation we haven't gone with. Mostly because I think we can't find the film.
Yeah, that does happen to us sometimes.
Yeah, if it's not available on any of the streaming services, then obviously we're kind of stuck.
So, yeah, I think we just get straight into this.
Excellent. Let's go.
Let's start busting some ghosts. Right, so I'm going to count you down to press play. So everyone get it all lined up ready. And we're going to start in 3, 2, 1, and play. Right, let's bust some ghosts.
Are we rolling? Oh, yeah, we are.
So this is the old-fashioned Columbia logo.
I wonder if they've touched this up or not.
It is better nowadays.
Because I remember when I saw it was all very grainy. I think actually when I saw it was actually on VHS.
That makes sense. It's probably, you might have seen it on telly at some point when you're flicking through channels.
I think I also might have seen this at school.
Jeez.
So I think someone rolled it out, or someone. Oh, okay,
it was like,
end of year. Let's just watch a film.
Watch an 80s classic. So this has got the sort of iconic Ghostbusters Ray Parker Jr. song, hasn't it?
Mm.
But do they not crack that out till the end then, I guess, or?
It's straight through. Well, this was back in the day when they had good tunes throughout. They used to have this theme, didn't they? Jurassic Park had it.
Things with a lot of our
Jaws
old-fashioned movies, there are sometimes some slow bits, and it takes them a while to get to certain points, doesn't it?
Yeah, but once they get in, they don't slow down. Then to have like heart-to-hearts, they'll just get a move on.
Some trauma from a previous video there.
I'm guessing someone's going to be studying books about ghosts. Talking of ghosts, there's been a big explosion in ghost hunter type.
Oh, floating books.
That might not be a ghost. That might just be the souls of the books.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, there's been a big explosion in ghost hunting expedition type documentaries where people go.
Ridiculous.
I can't take them seriously at all. They're just jumping at thin air.
See, they did a parody of it on South Park years ago.
Yeah.
Where they just stood around in the dark going, oh, I'm so scared, and they end up wetting themselves and nothing's happening.
Didn't Ozzy Osbourne's son get in on this at some point?
He's done all sorts of stuff. He was a bit of an adrenaline junkie for a while, wasn't he?
That sort of made sense. As a rich kid who was bored and wanted to get some adrenaline going through.
Also, that is one of the fakest screams I've seen. That's not how you properly run away from ghosts. That's classic horror movie running away.
She's old and tired. Give her a break. Oh dear.
It's a flasher.
Oh yeah, there we are.
See, there's the song. Ghostbusters.
What city is this in? Do we know?
Sorry?
What city are we in? Do we know?
Don't know. See, I'm not too...
Weaver Hall Department of Psych... Okay, that doesn't help at all.
No.
Paranormal Studies. Burn in Hell.
See, this might be a made-up city.
Potentially.
You know, like how you get Gotham or Metropolis or all that stuff. See, there's Bill Murray. I recognise the other guy. It's the guy from Little Shop of Horrors.
Is he shocking his students in this research?
Yeah. Oh, Rick Moranis. I think that's the guy's name.
That's very 80s hair she's got going on. Isn't it?
Sorry?
That's very 80s hair.
Oh, yeah.
Blown.
Oh, he's telling us she's right when she's wrong.
Come on. Doesn't he work out that he's cheating when he does a show with the card when she gets it right?
Well, I've never seen it. But you'd hope that you would.
Was that gum?
I think so. So he's testing their psychic abilities.
Maybe she's doing a blind test. He's so upset. 75 shocks.
I like when Bill Murray's just being a bit of a douchebag.
What?
Oh, but you got it right. Negative reinforcement.
$5. Oh, worthless.
I know he's going to try it on with the girl.
That's what I was thinking. This is highly unethical.
The problem with it is she looks, what, 10, 15 years younger than him?
Nah, she looks 20s.
Yeah, but how old does he look?
40s? Late 30s?
So, 10, 15 years younger.
That's his colleague, who's overly excited.
Just casually slapping him.
Who fake screamed.
So they must have someone who builds their equipment for them and stuff.
I think they start building them when they set up their little business.
So at the moment they're just up yet?
No, because at the moment they're just researchers in university studying
Okay.
paranormal stuff and things like that.
So how do they work out how to bust the ghosts?
I'm not sure. If I remember, it's like a suction device that sucks the ghost into like a contraption.
So I thought they like fired beams at them or something.
They might. I'll be honest, I don't remember. Perfect. Oh dear.
It's not a bad chat-up line. I have to try that at some point. Just, I swear you're psychic.
There is a third guy.
I thought there was 4.
Oh. No, that's the ghost. The only other ghost film that I liked was Casper.
I've never seen Casper.
Oh, God.
I have seen Paranormal Activity.
Have you? I have not seen that.
It was a bit less light-hearted than this.
Wasn't that similar, where they're just people just jumping out of space and a door closing because they left a window open or something?
It's nothing really happening, but making it seem like it's spooky.
No, I can't watch that now. Bore the pants off me.
What about
No, there
2?
is 4. You're
Or 3?
right.
No, he's just the guy who runs the library.
Yeah. Ooh, he's being very serious.
It's just like, are you nuts? I love the personal questions.
Also, I don't remember Bill being such a... what do you call it?
He's the main one, isn't he?
Yeah, but I don't remember him being so...
Unfriendly.
Yeah, and aggressive.
He's like that in most of the movies he does, really. Like, you ever watch Groundhog Day? He's actually pretty horrible for most of it. Like, that seems to just be Bill Murray's style of comedy, is just to insult people a lot. Which I love. I love cruelty.
My question is, what are these devices actually measuring?
Ooh, a pile of books. Yeah, he's right, yeah.
It's going to be some kid hiding.
He's like, do you smell what the rock is cooking? That's just someone's got a bit overexcited, that's all that is.
Someone really like ghosts around here.
Oh yeah, oh no, this is ectoplasm.
Thanks. Oh.
It's not the nose, I think, got blown there.
Bill doesn't seem like he believes in ghosts.
No.
His character doesn't seem like he's just there for...
Which is a weird characteristic for a Ghostbuster.
He's just there for picking up women.
Yeah. Picking up women, making some easy money.
Yeah. How can anyone prove that you're doing your job or not?
That's true. It's like that. Those people who say that they can speak to ghosts and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So difficult to prove that they're lying.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm still confused about what that device does.
I think what it does is it flashes a little, and he
makes
walks
a
around
buzzing
pretending
noise.
it's telling them stuff.
Are they getting paid for this? Has the library given them...
I don't know. I mean, do they work at a university, or are they freelance? Oh.
Oh, wow, there's the ghost.
It looks like the woman who's in shock.
Is this... Are we living in a world where people believe in ghosts? Because they seem very normal about it. They're like, oh yeah, I've seen this before.
Oh, she's looking at him. Yeah, job for Bill Murray.
He seems the most obvious choice. I don't think when they develop the pics, they see... It's a library, Bill. Come on.
Classic librarian. Be quiet. Thing is, if you turn into a ghost, like in this world, wouldn't you get a choice of, like, how old you are in it, or do you just end up looking like you did when you died?
I think that's, yeah.
Because then everyone would just be shriveled old people.
No, if you die young, then you'd be younger.
Apart from the ones who die young.
Yeah. Oh, damn.
Oh. She's friendly. Again, flasher, like I said.
Wow, they literally ran out of the library.
They just ran out screaming.
The CGI effects were very, very poor, though.
It seems all right for the time.
Yeah. They seem very unfazed by it. And that thing is, I can't remember if this film was made with seriousness in mind, or was it literally just...
I think it's a comedy. That's what I'm getting from it so far. So they want to actually catch a ghost?
Yeah. Why is that a stethoscope he's got? Is that?
Those two guys do make Bill Murray look quite short, don't they?
Do you want me to start Googling people's heights again?
No. Oh.
What?
That's a creepy smile if ever I saw one.
Ah, we were just talking about them proving...
So they do actually work on a university. So he's basically just saying you're rubbish at your job.
I think they've rumbled the fact that he's just tossing. They took his stethoscope. Okay, this might explain why they set up the
Ghostbusters thing to make some money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the point we made. Some things haven't changed.
No. All they have to do is catch one ghost and they're fine. Also, he's drinking straight out the bottle.
Bill Murray comes across as the sort of guy who would do that.
Yeah.
On a Tuesday afternoon. Bill also comes across as someone who doesn't believe in the script either.
No. He's like, I'm going to do my own thing. You can talk around me, but I'll do my own thing.
Also, that looks like cough medicine, not a bottle of whiskey.
I thought in the States you weren't allowed to drink out in the open.
Well, I don't think you are. To be fair, that's also true here.
Is it?
Yeah, you're not allowed to be in a park drinking. I can't take it away from you.
Well, everyone does it. Well, A lot of people do it.
Okay. My colleague is an alcoholic.
Not on Tuesdays.
Switched to... I like how he left university and now he's wearing a suit.
Yeah. Because I think they're pitching for some money.
Ah. New university or a private sector?
Maybe a bank. Oh.
Oh. No, they're renting a space. Are they buying or renting?
Not sure.
Oh, they're putting on an act.
Yeah.
Oh, it's an old fire station.
Old fire station, yeah.
Oh, this guy has
He's
not got
ruined
the
it.
memo.
He ruined their scam.
What a mug.
She's just there like, well, there we go. Get my full payment.
Look at her. She's like a vulture.
Is that New York? I can't tell.
That building does not look real. The building looks very fake.
Old-fashioned gargoyle. Like most kids, I used to think that they came alive.
Wish they did. Ah, I remember this character as well.
Is she the love interest? It
Potentially.
looks like Sigourney Weaver.
Don't know. I think they hire her as the receptionist who takes the phone calls
Ah.
for the new business. I think.
Oh yeah, it's set in New York.
It is, yeah. It's just that in the 80s, New York looks so different.
Well, they filmed it in LA.
Oh. Is that...
That's Rick Moranis. That's the guy from Little Shop of Horrors, not the guy from earlier. I was wrong.
Does he join them?
Maybe. I mean, I've not seen it. I don't know.
I just don't remember the details at all. I remember the ghost busting bit. He's trying too hard.
So he's just there to be a bit sad.
Yes. Oh God, he's it's cringe. Oh,
That went well.
oh God. Look at his jack-ups. And he's
locked
locked himself out.
Oh no. Oh. How tacky is that?
Classic marketing 101 there.
Yeah.
It's about being memorable, it's not about being good.
It's about remembering your lines. So is she going to call them because she thinks she is a ghost?
I still feel like she gets hired as to be their receptionist.
Oh. The eggs open themselves.
I like how this also happens immediately after seeing the advert.
Yeah. Oh.
Wait, what? Are they just...
Exploding.
Yeah. What a wasted good egg. Wait, what?
It's growling like a tiger.
What, ghost tiger?
Maybe something in the fridge?
What the hell?
No. I mean, come on. So a portal to another will in the fridge. that a hearse? So we spent nearly $5,000 on just that.
Wow, so she's the receptionist, not her.
There we go.
I knew there was a receptionist. I was half right. Type something.
That's a sick job if you get to just sit there and do nothing. Oh.
How did he fit under the table so comfortably?
And when you crawl out from under a desk like that, you assume you're up to something else.
I think that was implied.
Oh.
What a fun guy.
Oh, no. No.
I promise that actually wasn't deliberate.
Oh, no. Oh, you've ruined the whole thing for me now.
What do you mean? I've improved it.
Oh, I can't go on.
They could be shocked they've got a client.
See, she's there like, I'm used to fighting aliens. I can't fight ghosts. It's a bit over the top.
I think it's just a ladies' man.
Yeah. Zool.
Did it say Zool? I thought it was just a raw.
Yeah, it was weird. Yeah, most fridges don't behave like that. See, my fridge has never been a portal to another realm. It's
No.
normally the kettle.
The kettle is the demon of the kitchen.
Oh, yeah.
They have a lot of equipment.
Yep. Get you back to your flat. We'll see how it goes. He's far too cocky.
I would say he's almost bordering creepy.
Yeah. Oh, come on.
Like I say, he doesn't come across as a guy who just believes in any of it. He thinks it's all nonsense. He's just there for a bit of cash and some women.
Even though he saw a ghost earlier.
Yeah, I know. He still seems unconvinced by the whole thing.
I want him to start busting some ghosts.
You've got to lead up to it.
I know, but I just
Rush
want
into
it
it,
now.
something.
I don't like waiting. Give me ghost busting now!
Don't worry, Bill will
not
change
yet.
that. You got that right.
Yeah.
Ah, she's onto him.
Yeah. Just a bit cheesy.
Astute.
I mean, kitchens are normally pretty easy to spot.
To be fair, the door was closed. Oh, the eggs are...
Oh yeah, I hadn't really noticed that they were cooking themselves.
No, I didn't notice either until it just came in now.
What's I bet he eats it. Oh, okay, maybe not.
I bet there's nothing happens.
He's not a fan of ghost eggs. It's just a fridge. See, the Coca-Cola with the labels turned just to face the camera. Zul is just such a random word.
Maybe Zul is a person in the ether. Sour cream sauce there, I can see that. Very nice. I don't think she's impressed by him.
No. Well, he comes across a bit sleazy.
I don't like those couches or those curtains.
No. I would say it's of the time, but maybe they were never fashionable.
That's the thing. Sometimes you look back at things and people are like, oh, it was of the time. It was ugly even back then. Come on, be serious.
Like avocado bathrooms.
Oh, God. Awful. Entire bathrooms avocado as well. Not just the toilet or something. The walls.
Grim.
The floor. The bathtub.
How could you ever feel clean leaving a room like that?
I know, right? Horrific. Is this before or after she goes into space?
Who?
The lady.
Ripley?
Yeah.
When was Alien?
Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. I will find this out using my big brain. I've got a feeling
Alien came before this.
This was 1984. You're right. This is Alien came out in 1979.
It was quite ahead of its time, actually, Alien.
Well,
because it still holds up.
Yeah, it's fairly decent. Oh, Bill.
He's a bit persistent and creepy. I don't think a lot of this would wash nowadays.
Oh, dear. This guy's just sad. I think he joins them, though.
Yeah, I can see that.
Or he gets caught up in the ghost thing. And gets scared or something.
Oh, come on. Like, surely these guys would just give up after a while.
Oh my god, is she still there that late? They've even got an alarm.
Well, it's the old fire station alarm. Look at all the arcade games they've got.
That's quite cool. How many poles do they have? 3.
That's why they're short on money. It's because they're wasting it on pointless stuff.
No, I think that's what's all there already.
Oh, that's classic comedy acting, that, isn't it?
Bill is definitely the smooth one out of the 3.
He just doesn't care enough to really go for it.
I don't know. Can't tell if he's deliberately playing that or if that's just how he feels about the film.
I think it's just his approach to life in general. It's quite a cool vehicle.
Is he allowed? Are they allowed to have blue sirens?
I don't know.
If you're not actually emergency services.
How bad is that?
They've got a suit and everything.
See, this is the ghost busting outfit I expected.
Giving everyone a nice smile.
So where have they got these packs from? This is so unexplained.
Yeah, I know. I thought they would explain this more, but they haven't. It's just a suction device. Basically a Hoover. They're going to send them a big bill if they're successful.
I hope so. They need to keep the lights on, don't they?
Those poles don't pay for themselves.
No.
Some of these 80s glasses.
Why not just say that they're Ghostbusters? Like, they've done a TV ad. There's no need to be ashamed.
They've pulled up in front of the hotel in a big car with the Ghostbusters logo on it. And what is he wearing? Those goggles. What are they going to do? They look like the Jurassic Park goggles in the first film.
No, Jurassic Park. That's a movie.
Is that a film suggestion?
We'll get around to it one day.
We have many films to get around to. They're scared of their own device.
It's just weird that these outfits have come from nowhere.
Yeah, I honestly thought there'd be a bit more lead up to all this.
Yeah, a bit of explanation.
They've even got the patches and everything. I mean, especially the device that sucks them up.
Oh!
Poor lady just got frightened.
Oh, they genuinely fire like proper lasers.
The toilet paper's been singed.
Oh, that's not a bin. The thing is, they've left all the funny lines to Bill Murray.
He's the only one who's got a bit of...
charisma.
Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. They've got the classic dopey scientist guy who's a bit nerdy, him. And they've got
Well,
Bill.
the other guy's the proper sciencey guy. Oh.
Do you know what that looks like? It looks like the Blob. The green thing there. I can't remember what that film's called.
It looks like a Digimon or something.
Yeah, that's what I called it. This guy.
It's just eating. Do ghosts need to eat, though?
I don't know.
Ah, rubbish aim.
Missed it. Oh.
Oh, the damage they're causing.
He's making sure he's real. He doesn't care, does he?
No.
He just doesn't care.
He just acts like he doesn't believe it, even though he keeps
Yeah,
seeing
I
them.
know. He actually looks a little high.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Probably is. It looks like he might. Go and shoot it.
Yeah, you've got the pack and everything. Oh, it's covered.
He's going to pretend that was the ghost now.
Should they have stuck together? Looks like a very different film.
Yeah. I was going to say, he's going to pretend that's ectoplasm now. It's not. Definitely not.
Are they going to go and scare a ballroom full of people?
Oh, they're going to try and capture it now.
Oh no, everyone's out. Okay, fair enough.
Oh, is a wedding... Is that a wedding party?
Wedding reception party, something, I don't know. Oh, there it is.
Oh, they're going to take down the chandelier.
They're going to cause a lot of damage
in
the process of this. That's the one that got me. Wait, if the ghost can only slime you, what's the big deal?
Exactly.
It doesn't really seem like that much of a threat.
I mean, it's just a case of catching it more than anything, isn't it?
Wow.
Yeah, we knew that was going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, that was just set up for it.
I've heard people say that don't cross the streams. Oh. That does sound bad.
They're so unprepared for this.
Yeah, these are not professionals. Oh. They're just causing so much damage without actually doing anything.
Yeah, they don't seem to have much aim or control over their own device. But I do remember they had a suction device. They would suck it up into a... Is that later?
I don't know. Oh,
they're going to go in there afterwards and be like...
It's going to be an absolute state.
Oh.
Well, it's not going to work. He's like, well, the flowers are fine. There we go.
Okay. I thought they weren't allowed to cross streams.
Well, they've not crossed, have they?
Yeah, but they have no control over where the stream goes. Straight in your stream. But there's a lot of innuendos there.
Yeah, it just feels like a big euphemism. So they're going to drag it down into the box to contain it.
I thought it was a suction device. Guess I was wrong. Oh no.
Happy days.
Success?
So funny, this 80s technology.
Just making stuff up as he goes along. That's a good thing about it.
That's so funny, just if you don't pay it, we're releasing the ghost again.
Well, they're going to get famous, aren't they?
Yeah. They're going to become celebrities.
I think Bill Murray already was one.
No, but... You're the guy in the background. Like Jesus in denim there.
Ghost fever grips New York. I miss going to America. The hotels always give you a copy of USA Today.
It's like the Metro here.
Yeah, but in America, any hotel does it.
Mm.
You go to like a inn, they do it as well. Do they just give in chicken?
Or duck. They must make a stack of money.
I was going to say,
this.
they must be rich. About $5,000 a pop.
Yeah. See, this is the line of work we need to get into. We just need a little contraption that smokes. Just run out with it.
Imagine if this was an actual job. Oh, that'd be amazing.
Oh, yeah. I'm surprised no one's thought to just do this. Just walk out with a smoking contraption that looks scientific.
Also, up to this point, I can only assume that all of society was terrorized by ghosts.
It's weird because the rest of the world is doing completely fine, but New York
is plagued.
They're like rats. Can't get rid of them.
When did he die?
70s, I think.
Ah, okay, fair enough.
They don't have to sleep there anymore. They can all afford their own apartments. Oh.
What?
What is that ghost doing?
I think he's dreaming. What?
No.
He's dreaming. He must be.
Kids watch this. Yeah, I'd go cross-eyed too.
Yeah, he's dreaming. What a weird dream to have.
Yeah, it's bizarre.
That's so strange. And you're right, I'm surprised they put that in the film.
You got away with a lot more back then, didn't you?
Yeah, my kind of guy.
So he just wants a job then.
Basically. Don't even bother asking the questions. If there's a paycheck attached, I'll believe it.
Fair play to him.
She could be a recurring interest then. Love interest.
I think that's her point in this.
Do you think the big bad monster comes out of her fridge in the end? Do you think
Maybe.
that's what happens there? He's lying.
He just comes across a bit sleazy.
He does. I don't remember him like this though, at all.
No.
Or maybe I was too young to understand.
Yeah, I think that's probably what's happened.
Probably too young. I just watched it as a ghost movie. That's it. Oh, he's very jealous and angry.
He's like, is this a love rival? Not having that. So he's going to start insulting him now.
Yeah. Why is the flag being flown at half-mast?
Maybe a president had died or something.
Oh, he's done some research on who Zool is.
Yeah.
What a nice guy. Looking out for his clients.
Yeah. He's just constantly looking for a date. That's all he cares about.
Special
I'm sure he is.
exception.
He's just a bit creepy. He's just a bit full on. I'm not sure that's the best technique for picking up women.
It doesn't seem to be working on her anyway.
No.
It worked on the other one, but she was a bit younger. A bit more naive.
A scientist. I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, nor am I. I'm convinced by his science.
Do you reckon they'll all get released at some point?
That's a good... What, are they all stored in the same place?
That's what you're saying, yeah.
So they don't get rid of them, they literally just store them.
Huh.
Maybe they release them to fight the big monster at the end. What's that got to do with anything?
So it's basically saying if you're not going to do your job right now, you'll go work in a burger place or clean someone's flat.
Basically, threatening him. Her. Oh, what's he got to say?
Environmental Protection Agency.
Who's asking?
No, it's fair enough. You are a doctor then.
You've got a PhD, you've got a PhD. This guy seems shady.
Who's going to be the baddie?
Shouldn't have said that.
Yeah, just tell him no.
No, you shouldn't even admit he was on site.
Oh, come on. We all know what the magic word is.
Kids know this. No.
No. Environmental impact.
Come back with a court order.
Come back then. Just seems like a bizarre argument to have.
Also, if he knows nothing about ghosts, how can they say anything about environmental impact? They don't even know what they're dealing with.
I think he's talking about the chemicals they're using.
Oh.
It's a Twinkie.
Have you ever tasted a Twinkie?
Sorry?
Have you ever tasted a Twinkie?
When I was in America, yeah.
What do you think of it?
Box standard.
It's just puffy.
Yeah.
Puffy, yeah. I don't know why they're such a big thing. I don't get it at all.
Are the Twinkies in danger? So that makes me think of Zombieland, where Woody Harrelson's character is just desperate for a Twinkie the whole way through.
This is the top of this building in New York.
Looks like it. That looks like a bad guy's penthouse.
I was going to say, it looks like someone's very cool penthouse lair. I would love a gargoyle in my house.
Yeah, I mean, they're just expecting us to be scared of some stone. Oh.
Oh. The gargoyle is actually breaking out of his shell, as it were.
It's like, did you ever watch that cartoon Gargoyles when you were a kid?
No.
Ah, see, that was alright.
No, I don't remember that. I'm going to Google little gargoyle statues for my house. Because I feel like I need one. Gargoyle.
Hey, you could do that at another time. Can you imagine how lame that party is?
Do you think he's paid them to be there? Just to seem popular?
Oh, she's on a date.
Oh no, he's so sad. Look at him, he's going to cry.
Oh no.
Oh god. He's locked himself out again.
Yeah.
Let me into my own thing.
Can't imagine being locked out of your own party.
Is she in the same building that the gargoyles are on the top?
I think so, yes.
Yeah, that's what I think as well.
Hi, Mom.
Is she wearing full-on blue leggings?
Ooh, a date. A scientist. Oh, she actually said Ghostbuster.
Yeah, I was going to say. I'm surprised. At least the mum knows she's dating a celebrity.
Yeah. And the money they're making.
Oh no, the kitchen seems to be
Oh yeah,
flame.
That's not good. Is it going to shout Zool again?
I'm surprised she stayed in that apartment after that ghost appearance. I don't think I would.
Well, I guess if it doesn't happen again, you sort of just feel like you're a bit crazy. You just leave it.
Possibly.
Oh,
Oh my god.
oh,
What
she's
the
getting
hell?
harassed there. Oh my.
She's going to kill
There's
them.
one very suspect hand there.
What the hell?
Oh, there we go, dead.
No, I don't think she's dead. Why have they picked her and her flat?
I don't know. Probably for what they did to their alien buddy. See, that's the type of girl for him.
He is paying them with food. I was right.
Yeah. Oh. So he invited clients instead of friends.
Who's she? She's bored.
What? No.
What is she?
Just about everyone at this party is wearing glasses.
Is he an accountant?
Yeah.
Oh. So these ghosts are now taking over this apartment, this
Looks
block.
like it. Oh my. Oh, how bad does that look?
It's really bad.
Because I was thinking the ghosts and stuff looked alright.
Yeah, this looks just really fake. The first one to run out. He's taking the lift.
Why is it going for him? There's a room full of people.
He's going to get run over.
No, we're not lucky enough for that to happen. It is literally just going for him.
Well, they picked the lady and they picked him. There's something special about them.
There's not supposed to be any pets.
This gargoyle's going to come alive, do you think?
No. Oh, he's going to ruin everyone's dining experience.
I mean, I think he does that on a daily basis.
What a poor host, though. He's left all his party guests unattended.
The captain is supposed to stay with the ship.
Oh, no.
He still thinks it's a dog.
Will it actually, kill him?
I don't know. Because this doesn't look like a ghost, though.
Can they see it?
They don't care. They don't care. Oh, he's going to go up there, find all this nonsense, and he's going to call his mates. I like how everyone seems so unbothered by the fact that they've just seen a Kruger-esque statue run out of the building.
A giant, scary gargoyle.
Everyone? I like how they're just in their apartments.
He just walks past a crime scene, couldn't care less.
It's New York. They see strange things all the time. What?
Oh, she's possessed. What? The Keymaster.
This sounds interesting.
He's just going to say he's the Keymaster now, isn't he?
Are you the Keymaster?
I think it just fully resets.
Oh, you're right, she is possessed. Ah! Look at all the goop.
I think it's a different sort of coming that he's interested in.
She can't catch a break. First aliens, now this.
I wouldn't enter there.
No, that's the thing.
It's your classic sort of femme fatale. Like, it's your oldest trick in the book. Don't fall for it. Jeez.
We never talk anymore.
See, if a girl's that forward with you, I think you need to be worried about catching something very different than ghosts. This is not a kid's movie.
No, it isn't. I don't remember it being this raunchy.
This is the first time where he's not the creepiest, sleaziest one in the room.
He's suddenly gone very professional. Actually, it's quite good in this bit.
Oh, he is quite funny. He's doing like playground tricks with a demon. Oh.
Levitating.
See, they've just been busting ghosts so far. They've not really dealt with any possession or anything.
I was going to say, they haven't dealt with demons and stuff. This is a whole new thing. I don't think they're geared up for it, to be honest.
And they need a priest.
That's the exorcism, isn't it?
He's incredibly calm.
Yeah, considering he's never come across this before.
Oh.
Oh, he's been possessed as well now.
Has he?
He's talking about the Keymaster.
Oh.
Yeah, I think he's possessed as well. See?
He's talking to a horse. No?
Uh-oh.
What? I want to do that at some point. Just run away from someone going, "You will perish in flames."
What's he ripping off?
I'm going to guess Bill Murray.
Oh, the police has come to him.
Oh, is it the Rick Moranis one with the glasses? Yep.
They put him in a straitjacket. Also, I still don't know what that thing does. All it does is beep and flash
He's
lights.
so casual about it too. Oh, look, he's got a colander on his head.
There's definitely a demon inside.
Oh, that's the one that Ridley Scott's looking for.
Yeah.
It's not Ridley Scott.
The lady.
Yeah.
Yeah. Zool.
Yeah.
Zool's looking for the gatekeeper. Gatekeeper?
Keymaster.
Keymaster, that's it. Oh, memory like a sieve. I don't remember it being so waffly last time. Again, I watched it as a child, so...
Yeah, well, what you'll do is you'll remember the key, like, action
Yeah.
scenes. It's ridiculous that he's got a colander on his head with just some random wires poking out.
Well, none of the science adds up in this film.
Oh, no. But it's funny what you could get away with in the 80s when it comes to sci-fi.
I think back then there was less going about. So anything they made was sort of
People
new
just
and-
believed
yeah.
it.
Now we've seen so much. It's you're going to work harder to make.
He's
it believe.
rubbing pizza on his face. He's going to get terrible acne. Hmm.
$300 cc's.
So basically, he's drugged her. I would not get them together.
I agree. You want to take someone called the Keymaster to open
Yeah,
whatever
with the
thing.
gatekeeper.
Where did the eyeshadow come
Now,
from?
if the police walked into this scenario,
They'd
he's
be very
going to jail.
concerned.
Oh, creepy.
Very creepy.
He's back to being the creepy one.
Oh no, he went. He switched
He
to
had
sensible.
one brief moment of being a decent guy.
How did you get the structural blueprint of the building?
Seeing that, I think there's a lot of stuff that you can get access to quite easily.
Back in the 80s, yeah. Well, this is the nonsense waffle no one needs in the film.
Yeah. Well, we've got to pad out the runtime, haven't we?
The more I watch films, the more I realise they can just shorten the whole lot of them. Interesting point.
He's there like, I don't care, I just catch him and I get paid.
I'm just in it for the money.
That's some classic 80s music there.
This is when they discovered the electric keyboard, isn't it? So the environmental officers
Yeah, so they've got their warrant.
in his briefcase. Very official.
Yeah.
Here's the envelope.
Bit dramatic to hand over just a dossier.
All they're going to find is a big hallway, some poles, and the coffee maker.
Yeah.
Also, a whole day's gone past. It's the next day, and they still haven't. The three of them haven't met up after all the excitement.
No,
of
it
the
looks
night
like
before.
it.
I've seen TV. Oh, chattels. I haven't heard that word for a while. You actually have to hand it to her so she can read it.
Yeah.
And just wave it in there and pretend you've got it. I've seen TV too. The keymaster's just there pointing at people.
Pointing around. surely if you're with the Environmental Protection Agency, you'd listen to someone if they're saying it's safer to keep this on.
Yeah, I know. He just wants to swing his phallus around. Fakeman, did he call him?
Vankman.
You know, but did he call him Fakeman?
Oh, I don't know.
Even the professional he's brought with him.
Yeah, it's
says,
like,
let's not do it.
Come on. You can't shoot it. Not a good idea.
Everybody run away.
Yeah.
Is he going to release all the ghosts?
I think so. See, he instantly is like, that's a bad idea.
Excuse me.
What an idiot. Like, why was he so desperate to turn it off?
He just wanted to prove a point, I guess. Now they've got to hire them to catch all the ghosts again.
Oh, it's blowing a hole in the roof.
The gatekeeper is excited.
Saying that, they've kept all the money they took, and they can just charge the same fees over and over now.
Well, they can charge the same money they did for each one that's been released. And the state has to pay it. Keymaster's run off. Yeah. This firefighter's got there very quickly.
So this is nuts.
Oh, they're all escaping. Be free.
See, surely they can recatch all these ghosts now and just charge the Environmental Protection Agency for each one. Because they're the ones that released them, yeah.
They're just scaring everyone in the city.
How ridiculous do some of these ghosts look? So what happens when these two meet then?
I think they released the big monster, I think.
Right, so there's one big giant monster they have to deal with.
Yeah, from what I remember.
Oh. Well, it's really affected her resale value.
I don't think she's worried about that right now.
They're still in their outfits.
Like all the other prisoners gathering around.
So they've been arrested now and they're stuck in jail whilst ghosts are running riot. Like, the last ones you want locked up are the ones who can actually deal with it.
You're speaking with too much sensibility.
Yeah.
The government is not this well.
No, that's true. But it was all just a bit petty, but there was no real reason for the guy to hate them.
It was just a small man in his own small world.
But it's just out of nowhere. Like, he's been in 2 scenes, hasn't he? One scene where he shows up and is randomly upset, and then the next scene where he just lets all the ghosts out. That's all he's done. Oh, she's got a penthouse. So there's a lot of waffle going on here.
Is this their way of ridding humanity?
I think so. So I think what they're basically saying is if they don't deal with this, humanity's going to be wiped out. Oh, so it's a bit more serious than we initially anticipated.
It's also a storyline we've had before.
Yeah. It's always saving the world, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, someone's being sensible.
Yeah, see?
Oh, now they want them.
Yeah,
After
see, so now they're just like, yeah, really, we should just get them out and get this sorted. How has he not found this gatekeeper yet?
I would have thought they'd be drawn to each other a lot quicker than that.
Especially since they oh,
What the
jeez.
hell? She looks like she's just taking a lot of drugs.
That is a pose.
Are they gonna...
He's finally going to get his wish.
Except he won't know he's got it because he's possessed.
Well, he might remember it.
It's the coming together we've all been hoping for.
Of course she takes the lead.
Did the demons really have to possess 2 humans to do this?
Yeah, surely they could have just had some nasty gargoyle fun.
Bill's acting like a celebrity, not a hero.
Yeah, everyone's just like, yeah, Ghostbusters. It's not the hugest crowd random.
No. He's wearing his glasses on his forehead. Oh god, this guy.
This guy again.
He's done enough.
He's gonna get smacked down here.
Yeah.
Of how he says it and then just cowers away.
Oh, great.
Yeah, I did say they needed a priest.
of course it is. What else is he going to
Yeah.
say? Well, this is a go-to line.
I mean, surely he already believes that anyway. 'Cause
They're really
they
laying
can
on
all
thick.
see it.
That's true.
Everyone's seen it.
Registered voters.
Yeah, because that's what he cares about.
Yeah, they sold it to him. Look at this guy.
The priest's like, yeah, I get this.
Hey.
He loves winding him up. Oh, he's such a troll.
Why are they always screaming?
Yeah. And what are the army really going to do?
God knows. Everyone just seems to be running in different directions.
Yeah. So they're going to get a police escort.
They've got the biggest contract of their lives to clean up all these ghosts.
The fortune they're going to make from this.
Hilarious. People are still in the park sunbathing while that
Yeah.
that building's
The
smoking.
giant black cloud is swirling. It's a very orderly and controlled mob, isn't it?
I know. Seeing as the city's panicking over all this craziness, everyone seems to be fairly calm about it. They're either praying or cheering.
And here come the Ghostbusters.
Oh, yeah, when are they going to bust out the song?
Well, they've already busted out twice, haven't they?
Yeah, but they've got to do it again now they're going into battle.
Into battle.
I don't know what else to say. What else do we call it?
See, there's the respect and recognition they deserve.
He'd run for mayor.
He probably could, couldn't he? He's so charismatic.
Well, I'm also surprised the police have let the crowd stand so close to the building in question.
Some of those extras are a bit over the top. Whereas some of them are just really half-heartedly cheering, while some are really going for it.
What is that guy saying in his massive radio? Oh, they're scared now. They're looking at the size of the problem.
Yeah, how's it only just hit them? Like, that's not appeared in 2 seconds.
Well, the crowd's surprised to see it now as well.
Oh, scary times.
Oh no, the street's coming apart.
Oh, they're in trouble.
Oh no, they've been swallowed whole before they even can get there.
Yeah. Or is it just easy access to the basement?
I love how their acting of falling over is basically sitting down.
Yeah. It's like those theme park rides where all the destruction's slowly happening step by step in a safe and controlled manner.
I like how only that bit of the road also buckled.
Yeah.
I think I start cheering.
They're going to get back out and everyone's going to go, woo.
So do. We can take it.
Alright, go on then, bust some ghosts.
Wow, they're gonna take
the stairs. Saying that walking up huge flights of stairs does take it out of you more than you'd imagine.
Yeah, it does. Knackers you out. She seems like she's had a good time. He definitely looks like he's had a good time. Look at him.
Oh yeah, he's happy. And that satisfaction on his face. Alright, so this will be the big giant baddie now.
22 floors.
That's a lot.
Why didn't they take the lift? Is it broken?
I don't know, maybe they just don't trust it.
To be fair, I wouldn't trust it.
See, he still looks shocked and surprised, but surely he's expecting whatever's
Yeah,
coming.
because he's
He's the keymaster.
Maybe the keymaster isn't as important as we thought.
No.
Wow.
I think we call that a rooftop terrace. Open plan.
It's very modern.
Ahead of its time.
They go up. Where do the stairs go? They go up. Captain Obvious.
He's very good at letting others go before him.
As soon as he hears the thunder, he's like, you guys go ahead. I feel when they go up there, it's a different city.
You get the feeling that she's far more into it than he is.
He's just there to get laid. They're both being electrocuted. What the hell? Oh, they're back in the gargos. Okay, that makes sense. Fair enough. Ah, the defenders of whatever this thing is.
Surely you can just stream them.
Rude. Oh, they run off to Zool or whatever.
It's whenever we see those things, the graphics get pretty poor.
But I mean, the graphics back then were so different.
But all the ghost sort of like images, I think, are quite well done for the time.
Probably because they used real people to film it, and then they used a bit of editing to phase them out. But it's hard to get a gargoyle to look real. This is the top of the pyramid. Oh, what is this? The god, goddess.
It's a girl. Interesting girl. It's David Bowie. does he keep listening to him?
You're right, it's very David Bowie.
Yeah.
Yes.
See, it's not actually there to cause trouble. It just wants to make a music video.
Yes. Yes. Oh.
Oh.
I should have just said yes. Like a fool.
It's not very friendly, though. What a poor host.
As if they can see everything that's happening from down
exactly.
there. Ridiculous. Also, it wasn't very effective.
Yeah, it's a good job to stop just in time before they actually fell to their deaths.
You say yes. Ray's an idiot. Also, I have a recollection there was some sort of big marshmallow man walking around in the city.
Maybe that's to come.
Maybe that's Ghostbusters 2.
Maybe. I mean, I've never seen it.
Because I don't remember any of this. Kill it. Oh, she dodged it. What an absolute hero. In high heels.
The Americans are going to just recruit. Oh. Gone.
I don't think
that worked.
Taser things are working. The gargoyles behind them are still there, aren't they?
Yeah, they've just chilled now. They're like, right, we're done.
I think that.
Oh, is this going to be the giant marshmallow thing you were talking about?
I don't know if it's this film or another one. I just don't. I don't know if it's this or the second one.
Oh. That's going to hurt someone.
Well, if it drops on their head, absolutely.
Oh, it's landing right by everyone.
Well, I shouldn't have been sitting there so close.
Choose the form. Oh, he's going to think of the marshmallow thing.
Well, there is a Ghostbusters 2, so I don't know if I'm getting the two mixed up.
Maybe.
Oh no. He's the weak link in this chain.
He was doing a lot of the heavy lifting early on as well.
He also messed up that deal when they were trying to get the place to rent. Oh, it is the thing
That's so ridiculous.
Also, this makes me feel that Godzilla got the idea from this.
Well, Godzilla first came out back in the, 50s?
Oh.
How ridiculous.
I told you that was Marshmallow Man.
It's funny because it just looks like a giant inflatable. Yeah, a good thumbtack will deal with that.
Stay puffed. It's also funny because you can't take it seriously. Look at his massive smile.
Yeah, not
at least
every
he's a
day.
big target though.
So are they just going to set fire to him then? It just looks like you can't even be scared of it
No,
because it
that's
just
the
looks silly.
He's still recording. Why don't they just? Oh, Wait, how come the tasers work now but didn't work before?
I think they were just missing before.
Oh no, Mr. Puffed is.
Oh, that's a toasty marshmallow.
Do you think they can eat it afterwards?
Yeah. Get 2 giant crackers and they can make s'mores.
Is he climbing?
By crossing the streams. There we go.
Oh, aren't you clever? You should be a scientist.
I'll be one of these ghost scientists. Give myself a made-up PhD.
Definitely a slim chance.
I'd take those odds. Aw, how touching and heartfelt.
Ah, they're crossing. Oh, that's what they mean by crossing streams. This is a radical idea. Oh no, Mr. Puff is looking shocked. Again, this is another big innuendo, I feel.
It's so yeah.
Oh no. I like how everyone's still there, just staring up.
See, I don't know what I expected from this movie, but it wasn't quite this.
You're right, in terms of that, the ghosts sort of disappear halfway through the film when you're suddenly fighting demons.
It's like the first ghost they bust is tough and they can't catch into that, and then they just start catching a million dead easily.
And it just got covered
and then it
in white
becomes about
stuff.
demons.
Yeah, you're right.
And it's a lot sort of dirtier with bad language and all that sort of stuff than you'd expect from what is essentially a kids' movie.
It is, yeah. It is a silly kids' movie.
Imagine having to explain that scenario to your mum as she walks in.
And they all come to Marshmallow Group now.
Yep, marshmallow.
Demon juice.
See, they're all fine. They should start crossing the streams regularly now.
The guy from the Environment Agency needs to get sacked.
Yeah. They need a bit of a hose down now. If they walk down the stairs looking like that, people are going to think they're more than friends.
What kind of party did they have? Oh, they gotta find the lady in all this now. The two.
I was going to say, what's happened to the lady and the bloke now then?
No, she's still there.
Oh, she's going to burst out.
Yeah. She'd be like, help me.
What a sound.
Are they going to leave the other guy trapped?
Yeah. Thing is, even if she comes out like fully formed now, you're not going to sort of like trust that she's fine.
She can be nude.
Or she'll have some dress on.
Oh, she has. The same dress she had earlier.
Yeah.
She had a very excitable date.
Yeah.
Very eventful. Oh, God. He's pathetic.
Yeah. Just the little guy. Why did they just turn to him and they're like, right, that'll be $10,000, please?
Nah, they need to get it from the mayor. Oh, my hero.
Yeah, she is a bit like that. Also, he's covered in less of the white stuff than them.
Yeah, but he was inside the gargoyle thing.
No, not him. The Bill Murray.
Yeah, true.
But I think it's so that Bill Murray can have the kiss and everything at the end.
Oh, he's always looking.
He's such a doormat.
Adoring fans.
Here's the song.
It's actually quite a good song.
It's a great movie song.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah.
Directed by Ivan Reitman.
Well, there we go.
And that is that, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, that's it. Right, that was Ghostbusters. My first ever experience of the Ghostbusters.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I thought it was good.
Yeah, it's a good film. You're right, though. There are some parts of it that is unexpected. Some of the cross acting / language,
But it's funny.
the demon stuff is very unghosty.
Talk in other movies about trimming the fat and scenes that don't have to be there. There wasn't that much in this. It was pretty tight and concise.
And that's what we like. Tight and concise.
So I'm not too bad with that. The jokes made me laugh.
Yeah, it was funny.
I enjoyed it. If we're going to go into our rating scale,
if you don't mention the puff pastry guy, I'll be very upset.
Well, you may have given the game away. But I'm going to give that 47 giant marshmallow monsters out of 63.
Oh, it's quite high.
It's above average. It was a good movie.
I
I enjoyed that. That holds up 37 years later. That's classic. I can see why it's a classic. I like it.
Yeah. You went for about 66%. There, you're 2/3 roughly.
Yeah, it was good.
What was it? 44 out of what?
I give it 47 out of 63.
47 out of 63. Oh, that is quite high, actually.
No, I was pleased with that.
2/3. I'm going to go a touch below, because I haven't seen this since I was a kid, and I don't think I'll ever watch it again unless I've got a kid.
Yeah, but no,
I'm going to go with, not too much lower, but I'm going to go with 42.
Yeah, that one held up. I enjoyed that one.
Yeah, it was enjoyable. Good stuff.
Definitely not the worst one we've done.
Absolutely not. No,
It's one of the better ones.
Yeah, for an 80s film.
Yeah, I can see why people love it.
Well, the first one, yeah, I can see why it's a bit of a cult.
Well, I've never seen the second. But good. Well done.
I'm happy. You're happy.
No need for any reboots.
Nope. You're absolutely right. None. We can now end and start crossing streams.
Excellent. Right. So I'll leave you guys to it. Be sure to cross the streams after you've liked and subscribed, and leave a comment. Any other movies you want us to do?
Yeah. Otherwise, we'll see you on the next one.
Yeah.
See you later.
Bust out.